What is up, everybody? This is Recap Rewind. I'm J-Lag.
And I'm NB.
And we are running down some of the theories for Season 5 of Riverdale.
Yes, so Season 5 is just around the corner. It's premiering January 20th. We are so excited. We've been waiting a long time for this. And I know you guys are all stuck in freaking quarantine and waiting for some Riverdale. So we just wanted to kind of go over some of the things that we've heard, rumors, the tea a little bit before we head into Season 5. And of course, guys, if you guys know anything that we don't mention here, please comment below and let us know. And then we can discuss further. Let's get into it. So yeah, January 20th is the premiere. Apparently it's not a 5-year time jump, because originally we thought it was 5 years. It's actually 7 years.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and if you remember, Katie Keene was only 5 years time jump. So I feel like there's something going on that they were like, no, let's not do 5 years, because then we're in the same year as Katie Keene. Let's do 7. And then that way, in terms of the writing, they're more open to making other shit up. That's my assumption.
What do you think everybody else is going to have as jobs at that point?
Oh my God.
Where do you think everybody's going to be at?
Well, I do feel obviously Betty's going to be a writer, journalist. Jughead's going to be maybe a photographer or crime novel writer. Veronica's going to be probably New York something.
Yeah, she's going to own a Pusatari's or something.
a fancy cafe or some shit like that. Yeah. And then Archie's gonna be obviously he'll probably just be still in town.
Do you think that he's gonna go to the army, or do you think they're gonna do the time jump of him coming back from the army?
I could see that happening. I could see him being in the army. I could totally see that being a part of his character. Having said that, do I see Bughead together? A hundo. Wait, not Bughead, Barchie. I forgot, guys. I've even forgot my ship names.
So I am reading something right now that Mark Consuelos, shout out to Mark Consuelos, he mentioned it in a podcast with SiriusXM, and he says Season 5 is graduation, and then we're going to jump cut 7 years after a few episodes, which was a decision not to stay in college. It completely forgoes college time in chronological order and just jump cuts. But people are in their adult lives. Some people are in different relationships.
Oh, yeah.
I've read the first 6 episodes. It's super interesting. I'm excited to do it. So he's still in it. Looks like he's still in it in the time jump. So that's
good. So I wanted to kind of talk to you about the parents moving forward, because a big thing last season when we were finishing our podcast, we were say bye to the parents, because they're basically not going to be a part of Season 5. But along the way that changed, and actually Marisol Nichols is coming back full time.
No way.
Yeah, she said I had a very long talk with Roberto, and apparently she said, I'm really proud to announce that Hermione will not only be back for Season 5, but she will be back stronger and better than ever, which basically means that she told Homeboy to give her an actual storyline, and that she'd probably be back for that character. So we can definitely expect her to be back. We know from Mark Consuelos creeping that he's in Vancouver and hasn't seen his wifey Kelly Ripa, so he's definitely in Season 5. Whether or not he surpasses the time jump, I don't know, but someone made a really good point. I read it somewhere, and they said that Hiram, because a lot of us were saying that maybe Hiram dies at the end, he might die by the end of last season or whatever, going into this season, because he was sick. But someone made a good point. They were he was alive 5 years later in Katie Keene.
Right.
He clearly survived that thing, or is
the time jump in that world.
Yeah. So he survived the 5 years. So I'm assuming he's gonna probably maybe be hopefully surviving the 7-year time jump. And then we still get to see his character in that time jump. Having said that, I'm really curious to see how they're gonna fit the parents in after college.
Agreed.
What do you think about that?
See, I don't know. That's the thing. We all already know that, Skeet Ulrich isn't coming back. So Phallus is basically effectively dead, right?
He said, so Alice is coming back, and then FP said that he probably will come back. Not full time, not like Marisol, but he might pop in and pop out. So
but
we
I guess
may
maybe
still
at this
see some
point,
phallus.
yeah, or we're just assuming that they're like off living their best lives, like in
Exactly. Like real talk,
wherever.
guys, we didn't even get phallus last season. So like, what does it even matter? Like if
It's
he's in it
true.
or not. Yeah.
Like the relationship and our interest in it is already dead, so like it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
what happens with them. But yeah, I mean, outside of like Hiram, I feel like Hiram's probably the most ingrained and entrenched in the kids' lives. So of course I want to see him back. We love Mark, obviously, so like there's that reason as well. But yeah, outside of him, who else do I care to see? Like that's the thing. There's like really not that many parents left. Like Mary, maybe she'll show back in.
I
and
can't
have,
see
like,
her coming. I can't see her
I don't
staying
know.
with him though, because like especially because too like she was in Chicago, so I feel like the minute Archie
Right.
leaves for college or like the army or like wherever he ends up going,
She's
I feel
like,
like she
"Bye."
dips too.
Yeah, she goes like with her girlfriend. She's like off like living her best life.
Basically, the parents have to go live their best lives, which basically is like real life, where your parents should be living their best lives.
Just like and then you go out on your own and you're good.
Exactly.
Like Cheryl, I don't know, like what Cheryl, like that's the thing. The Cheryl's mom was like left in the middle of nothing. Like she was like imprisoned by her, and then she got away, and then we don't know what happens to her. So
okay, like this is another question for you. How do you feel about the parents? Because I do feel like Veronica still has so much unfinished business, literally business with her dad. And so like having him there is a good storyline to keep pushing forward. And also with Cheryl, like I feel like she has such mommy issues. And I feel like it would be such a cool story to just kind of wrap up that whole thing with her mom, to like be like, Mom, I love you, you're a crazy ass bitch, but like I need to go live my life now, but I forgive you. And like that would be such a cool ending to like that crazy dynamic that the Blossoms always had.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think that, you know, if we're able to resolve and close up all these like loose ends that happened at the end of season 4, and they'll get resolved with a time jump. You know, like a lot of the reason why people do time jumps too is to close up storylines and then just like move forward with something fresh and something new. So hopefully, you know, 7 years down the line, they're still not having these like tumultuous mommy issues with, you know, these certain characters. But I can definitely see them carrying that forward too. But I really hope that this re-energizes, like this time jump re-energizes the storylines a little bit.
And I think it will.
I don't know. We'll see.
And it's like, because you're right, like you're given a free pass essentially. The writers
100%.
right now are given a free pass to be like, guys, you get to skip over college. Like everyone knows like the college years are like the worst years in a TV show because it's so effing boring because everyone separates. So this is their free pass to be like, reset on this whole fucking show. Let's, you know, whatever. They can do whatever they want. Moving on, like you mentioned, okay, Cheryl, I quickly want to talk about Vanessa Morgan, who plays CHONI. Okay, let's talk about this real quick because Homegirl's pregnant right now, right?
Oh,
so,
okay, yes.
Yeah,
true. Congratulations.
She got pregnant. She's no longer with her baby daddy though. So there's a lot of she's been through a summer, okay? Our girl Tony.
Yeah, it's been a summer, yeah.
But having said that, what do they do now with her character? I'm thinking that we come into it, she's obviously gonna hide her stomach for like the first 3 episodes, and then maybe in the time jump they'll make her pregnant. Maybe
I can see that. I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with time jumps that I really like. I'm really wondering how they're going to do it because 7 years is quite a long time for them to push forward. How are they going to age these guys to make it seem like?
I think they can.
Yeah. I'm just reading one of her Instagram posts where she's like dancing with a snake, but yeah, I can definitely see them pushing that.
Now, next question for you is, will it be the CHONI baby?
The CHONI baby that everybody wants.
Right?
Yeah, I think I can totally see that.
Yeah, I think I could see it too.
Yeah, I feel like they ended off Tony and Cheryl's storylines to show that like they're pretty solid as a couple. Like I don't see them breaking them up. Even in the time skip, like they're solid. We don't really need to see
and like guys, like
a new introduction.
There's so much that you can knock off with just the writing. Like they could easily be like, we tried to date other people, we went away for like 4 years, and then we found each other again. So like just a quick line like that could be like, oh my god, like they fully went and like tried to find themselves, but like they still came back to each other and now they're having a baby together. So like I could see that definitely being like a potential storyline.
Do you think that there's going to be an inclusion of some of the, you mentioned Katie Keene, some of the Katie Keene characters coming into this world again?
That's a good question. Do you
want to see anybody come back?
I mean, really the only person is Josie, right? Like,
yeah, it's Josie.
Yeah.
Like, are we willing to see her back? Like, the Pussycats are like.
I mean, guys, we've been the biggest Pussycat Dolls like fans like from time.
Yeah.
what were they called?
You said Pussycat Dolls.
Oh.
But them too.
Pussycat Dolls. Them too. Yeah, them too. But I don't think they will. I feel like they were like, we fucked up on that storyline. Let's erase it from everyone's memory and never bring it back into the game.
Right, which is unfortunate. I think it's really unfortunate because I know they tried to revive it in Josie's, like in Katie Keene, but I feel like they missed a few marks in that regard. But anyways, let's move on.
Let's move on. And it's my final thing to mention. Not much else has been said about new characters, but we do know that a new character, Tabitha Tate, who is Pop Tate's granddaughter, is going to be in the new season, in the time jump. So she's not going to be in the first 3 episodes, but she will be later on. I don't know what her significance, like, I don't know why introduce a new character when you could easily bring back like another character that we loved, like Josie, from wherever she ended up going to. So I don't know. I'm curious to see like how that all connects and like what that all means for like our main character. Yeah, like so. Yeah, that's interesting. I unless she's like running like Tate's diner.
Yeah, which is what I'm assuming that she's going to be taking over for Pop Tate. Pop Tate, maybe he, he
ate too many onion rings. Yeah,
too many onion rings.
Yeah,
cholesterol. Exactly. I don't know. We'll see how that kind of plays out, but it is interesting for them to bring a new character in season 5, and we're gonna have to find a way to either like or be interested in this character storyline. So I can only imagine that they're going to give her a really great storyline that she'll be able to be a part of. I guess outside of her, there's nobody else. Her name is Erin Westbrook. She's an actress, and she's joining the show. So we'll see how that kind of plays itself out. But what do you think the mystery is going to be for
honestly,
season 5?
No idea. You guys, if you listen to us, we've been like ripping on these guys and the mysteries that they've introduced over the seasons. And honestly, like, I think I just need a minute to like sit with these characters in the time jump, and like, please do not don't throw us any crazy like murders. Like, just give us the real life for like a minute before you get into like the next. And I do
hope that they give us that for sure.
Yeah, and maybe that'll come like towards the end of the season, or like maybe at the mid-season finale. I did read somewhere that this season might not be as long as the 22 episodes that it usually is because of COVID, and like because they started so late, like it might have to still finish like in May or whatever. So we might not get a full 22 episode season, which is totally fine. But again, like curious to see how that like goes across the season and like what that means for like the mid-season finale cliffhanger and then the season finale cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we were always expecting some sort of like murder mystery, something happening in that regard. And it's not that I'm tired of it. I'm totally down for it, but it really has to make sense with a time jump, with and me saying making sense with Riverdale in the same sentence. Of course, I know I'm asking for a lot, but like it's like you were saying, this is literally your only opportunity to start fresh, do something new, do something different with the characters that you've built. Like we already love and cherish these characters as their characters. Let's make them do something different. Maybe Archie grew up and maybe he's not as stupid anymore. Maybe Betty is even more badass than she was before. Maybe Veronica doesn't have any more stupid lines that you guys keep giving her. Like, give us give your characters an opportunity to grow, because you're literally making them grow. So I think this is a great opportunity for the writers to do something great.
For sure. And there's a lot of pressure. We're expecting a lot. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. We're definitely here at Recap Rewind holding these bitches up to the bar and the high standard.
100%.
And they got to bring it this year. They lost 2 shows in their franchise. So like they need to like up the ante. And just listening to what the actors are saying, like we heard it from Marisol Nichols. She was like, I had a talk with RIS and like I told them like give me a good storyline. And then even Vanessa Morgan was like if I have a good storyline or something, like I'll come back or something along those lines, where she was like, oh no, she was like, I actually have an actual storyline this season. Like That
which
is some
we've
shade.
heard before.
Like,
but
yeah, like if the actresses are saying that, like, you know, you guys gotta bring it. Like,
Yeah.
Casey Ka, where you at, Casey Ka? We're waiting for this
Like
guy's
who?
storyline still. Like,
Kevin?
yeah. Did you
like
forget
a
about
lost cause
Kevin?
at this point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fully forgot about Kevin.
But yeah, anyways,
But,
guys,
yeah.
that's our sort of, you know, tea going into season 5. As much as we know right now. Hopefully we
Yeah.
get more information going into it. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you guys want us to discuss anything else, or if you guys know any other rumors or anything, and we can like bring it back and talk about it.
And what are you guys expecting to see? Definitely comment below and let
Yeah.
us know what you guys are hoping for the new season, and what you're most excited to see outside of the relationships, because we all know that we're excited to see that. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.